Sorry, everyone. We were watching you guys on the TV.
It's like deja vu video style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Matt. How are you?
Well, there's that delay thing going on.
How are you, Matt?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Good.
Awesome. Never better.
Right on. That package for you one should be there on the 3rd.
Okay.
For
Awesome.
the blankets. For the blankets.
Nice. Love that. Thank you so much for your blankets. Tell Rebecca I said hi.
Well, and keep an eye out because there's a surprise in there for you too.
Oh, jeez. You didn't have to do that. Ugh, you guys and your surprises. I love it. So good.
Hey, I have to. I'm lucky. I get to come on with like my 3 inspirations.
Yes.
Fiber Spider, and you and Russ.
Yep. Fiber Spider's definitely an inspiration, and so are all of you guys.
You and Fiber Spider got me to crochet, and Russ got me to hit the button.
And fuel your yarn habit.
Exactly.
Russ has his purpose too.
Yes.
It's
Russ
a good
is
thing.
Russ is like the little devil on the one shoulder going, buy yarn,
Yes.
buy more yarn. You don't need it, you want it.
Yes.
But
Matt.
It's a good thing that I don't have a yarn addiction.
Oh no.
Matt.
Not much.
Matt. If it wouldn't have been for Juan, I probably wouldn't have even started crocheting.
What? Wow.
Well, Juan is. I'll say Juan is the one that got me to start crocheting because I was knitting and Becky started watching him, and I got into it, and I was like, I can do this. And so Juan was the one that got me started down the crochet road.
But we also got to Nastasia and Crystal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are the
because before I started crocheting, I know we were watching Russ's channel and Fiber Spider's channel.
Yep.
Thank you.
We're the predecessors before that.
Thank you.
Hello, crafty goddess. Hope you're doing well.
And thank you for the super sticker.
Yes. I tell you, before I pressed my button, there were channels that I watched religiously, and Fiber Spider was one of them. I subscribed to him before he received his silver play. I think I subscribed to him when he was at 90K. And yeah, that's when I started following his tutorials and things.
And you've regretted it ever since.
And then, of course, who did we have back then? We had Nastasia, of course, and then we had the Crochet Crowd.
Of course.
All of those bigger channels back then. Yeah.
Or Jada and Stitches.
Yes. Yep. And then once I actually pressed my button, I saw all of you guys. And I'm like, wow, there's so many of you guys out there that pick up hooks and do all the things. And I think it's amazing and awesome. So
But
before I was watching knitting content, and I was watching So Woolly, Fiber Hustle, and who were the what's his name from Canada?
Mikey.
Well,
I mean, also there's Nibble.
Not Mikey.
There's Nimble Needles. I think it's Nimble Needles or Nimble Knitter. I think it's Nimble Needles.
Yeah, Nimble Needles.
Is it Greg or Craig?
Well, he's German. And then there's also Arnie and Carlos.
Yep. Watch him.
Yeah, they are adorable.
He's on this guy. This guy's on our side on the West Coast. He's up in BC.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Urban Yarn.
Urban Yarn.
Oh yeah, Gary.
Oh yeah.
Gary.
Gary.
I thought Gary was in Canada.
Yeah, he is, but he's on the West Coast of Canada.
Okay.
He's in British Columbia.
Gary was in here just a few minutes ago. I don't know if he's still in here.
Gary is awesome.
And then there's also Very Pink Knits. That's another one.
I like that name.
Secret Yarnery is another one.
Secret Yarnery.
Yep, I watch her. There's a lot of channels I used to watch, though I don't anymore.
What country is the Secret Yarnery in?
I want to say Australia.
No, she's in. Yeah, but she lives in.
She's in
Africa.
She's in Africa.
Nairobi.
She's in Africa.
That's what I was thinking, but
Because I knew it was not someplace local. That much I know.
No, it was. I know. Watching her, like the foliage and stuff, was nothing. Yeah, nothing in the United States.
It's like, nope, not deciduous. Nope.
No, she was interesting.
I have a question, guys. What's everybody working on tonight?
giving Craig a hard time.
Yep.
Succeeding in spades for us, but actually, well, I'm working on a project for February. Actually, I'm trying to work ahead, but it's a surprise secret, so you will find out in good time. So I can't show it. All I can show is that I'm working with Fund of Love in pumpkin spice and an antique white, but that's all the information that I'm able to disclose. So,
I can show the pictures if you want.
In other words, it's a Nunya project.
exactly. Yes, the Nunya.
But I'll be glad to show the pictures. I have no problem with that.
Russ, I love you so very much. I do.
You can't hear him.
Yeah, the two that I'm working on, Michelle,
Yes.
is I'm working on this. I'm finishing up this blanket.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I love. What is the variegated color?
Which variegated color? There's a couple.
The one above the white, before the black line.
Oh, the blue line before the blue line.
Oh, is that
This
blue?
one?
Yes, it is blue. Yes.
Yeah, it is blue.
What is that?
Malabrigo.
It's Malabrigo.
What's the colorway?
It's Anniversaria.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
And also that sort of reddish, the reddish color in there. It's sort of like there's like a reddish and then a brownish. Those are gorgeous.
And those are off the yak.
Ooh.
Those are yak yarn. And then the ones in the middle is Malabrigo. And I know it doesn't look, you can see the kind of the color when it's, but it's the green.
It's pretty.
It's very pretty.
That's Malabrigo Ojas, and then the white.
Oh, I love it.
I had some white left over from another project.
You are doing an amazing job with that.
Thank you.
Yes, he is.
So I'm finishing up that because that's for a friend of mine,
Okay.
and he's getting antsy to get the blanket.
Yeah, Russ, calm yourself.
It's not me.
Oh, they want my hook.
I'm just antsy for him to get the pattern out. But I've been a good boy.
Since when?
But not only cute. I've been a good boy. I've not been teasing him about it.
Okay.
But it's okay to abuse me.
Oh yeah, that's my right. See, I am your best friend in this entire world, so that is my right.
Well, you know what they say, with friends like these,
There you
who
go.
needs
And then-
enemies?
The other
Ron, what are you
one
working-
is I'm working on a shawl for my godmother,
Okay.
and it's the I I have actually a colorway from Rena's
Yes.
that she made for me, and
Okay.
I'm working up a shawl for her, and she really liked the virus shawl. So this is what I've got so far.
Oh,
Ooh.
love it.
Whoops.
I love that silver.
Heidi, he gets his Malabrigo from the store, darling.
I love it. That is so beautiful.
And I love that yellowish goldish.
Yes.
Yeah,
You know,
and
and
then
the transition's
next
smooth.
the next the next color waves that it should go through are these.
Oh, gorgeousness.
Love it.
That so
Yeah, love
So
it.
it goes through. It's going to go through the gold into the red, into the green, and then the blue actually is like a. It looks black, but
yes,
it's actually see.
like
It's
a midnight blue.
like a yeah, like a dark navy.
That's gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous.
Well, she's gonna love it.
Well, and it's funny because she knows about it. Because she actually watches my channel when I go live.
Well, then she's got something to look forward to.
So she was she was all excited about it.
What you working on, Juan?
Things. So I have this perfectly squared granny square. I'm flipping it every round,
Yep.
and I'm using ice yarns. It's 50 wool, 50 acrylic.
I like the colors.
Thank you. It says that it's a bulky 5, but when I
That
did
does not look like a bulky.
no, I wrapped it. It wrapped to 3-weight. So I have this like tan taupe color, and then this like pumpkin color, and then I have a chocolate brown. And so I'm just gonna continue going in the round until I run out of every skein, and then change colors. And then I'm also doing this blanket here. So right after the live, I went back and put this on the hook, and I finished another cake. So there's 5 cakes on here so far out of 9. So this is Bernat blanket color pulling, but I'm not knitting it. I'm just crocheting it, half double crochet. And this is what it looks like.
That's cool.
awesome.
That's cool.
That is
I like
cool.
So the yarn does all the color changing.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So I have 4 more cakes to pull on this before I'm finished.
Wow.
And there's that. And then I have one more project. I'm doing enchilada crochet in the rounds, but I'm doing a rectangle. And I'm preparing a tutorial for my channel. But this is what I'm doing on the side for myself because this is 10 stitch. The tutorial is going to be smaller than that. But this is what I have so far for this.
Oh, you know what? I have done one
like
of those. It's a great stitch.
Yep, I saw your scarf. What? Yeah, I remember you put out a scarf enchilada.
Well, that was done like stair steps. It wasn't done in the round, but no, I know what you're talking about. I mean, the thing is, that blanket that you have right there, that is going to be toasty, woasty, because Tunisian is really nice and thermal warm. And then when you're done, if you don't know how to already, look up how you can do like half squares, like a triangle, so that you can like fill in the gaps for a nice straight edge.
To make it nice and flat.
Yeah. So that you end up with straight edges. I mean, that's what I would, that's what I would do. But it looks gorgeous. Makes me think of Beetlejuice. Love those colors.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, little Tim Burton-esque thing going on there. Very cool.
Hello, Nancy.
Excuse me.
And Michelle, what are you working on?
Yes. What are you working on, Michelle?
I'm sorry. I am just basking in the awesomeness of you guys. I am working on a shawl by Wilma Westenberg, and this is me shawl. I'll turn it around and upside down. Bear with me. So this is it so far. It's not very far, but I'm making progress.
It's very
That's
pretty.
pretty.
Thank you. And I'm using 2 yarn art cakes put together because, kind of like wine, I struggle with the smaller yarns. 4-weight is usually my jam. This is fingering weight, and I'm fighting. So I decided, I'm not going to fight this hard. I put 2 cakes side by side, and I'm working it out. Hey,
Hey, Nancy.
Come
Hello.
on, Nancy.
If you struggle with like fingering weight yarn, have you ever tried Navajo plying?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it's fabulous.
Oh,
It's a way of turning a really thin yarn into a thicker yarn. And so, like for instance, Russ, could you blow me up?
Yep.
So this is just Pound of Love,
okay.
and so you got your slip knot,
Mhm.
and you okay. Bear with me. Okay, so you have your slip knot, and you. Been a while since I used a large hook. So you pull up a loop,
Okay.
and you actually, I'm forgetting how to do this. It's been such a long time. You'll excuse me. So I remember it's like you pull up a long loop, and then you like crochet. Actually, no, you don't even crochet with it per se. Sorry. You're basically creating a thick yarn. So you have your loop, and you pull a large loop through it,
I know
and
exactly.
then you work. So actually, see, I kind of had it right, but I didn't. See, it's been a while. So the thing is that you have like a nice. See, again, I did it wrong. I'm sorry, people. I know, I'm fabulously boring here. Okay, I will do this. I will, I promise. It's your working yarn that has to be the see, this is the working yarn right here. And so when you do your slip knot, it has to be from the working yarn. So you have, this is my knot, and we have ourselves a nice loop here. Then you feed the working yarn through the loop.
Oh, yeah.
And so instead of just one strand, you're working with three strands of thickness. So that's now your yarn. That's now your thick yarn. And then when you get up to the join, you get up to the loop, you then feed the working yarn through that loop again and pull out another loop. And you just keep going, going, going. So the thing is that it's connected and joined where you pull that loop through. So you're basically creating 3 plies where you initially had 1 ply. And so then you would work with this as your thicker yarn. So then with these 3 plies, you just treat it as if you would 1 strand of yarn, and then so you would, do like your chain stitches or whatever, and then, you have a nice thick yarn. Now, right now, this is a size 11 crochet hook now. And so you have like, 3 plies of the Pound of Love held together as one. And then see, I'm almost out of the loop. So then you feed the yarn through the loop and pull, and then you have your 3 strands, and you just keep adding to it for as long as you need to. And that way, it doesn't get twisted or tangled or anything like that. And you don't have to chain your yarn. Like, see, that was a trick that I used to use when I was doing loom knitting. I would take my yarn and I would just chain the entire skein so that I had a thicker yarn. But now I would be more inclined to do the Navajo plying, and then so I've got this nice thickness going on. So then I would like to 1, 2, 3, 4. So I double into the 4th. You just have to be sure that you're actually stitching underneath all of the 3 plies. Otherwise, it will show and it will not look nice. But you get like some nice thick yarn going on there. And the thing is that with a lot of the thinner weights of yarn, the yardage is really, really good.
Yes.
And that's the irony, that when you're working with a thicker yarn, the yardage is garbage, but it's really thick. But with the thinner yarns, the yardage is awesome. So then you can capitalize on that by doing the Navajo plying, so that you can create a thicker yarn with the thinner yarn, and it's less arduous to deal with and work with. So
Very nice. Thank
I'm
you.
sorry if I was boring, but I had to share that because, like I used to get a lot of the thinner weight yarn and I would get frustrated with it too. And I'm like, I got all this, now I don't know what to do with it. Well, you can do something with it.
Okay,
That-
now you seen the other day when I had that big old massive rat's nest,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and now you want me to start pulling loops through yarn? Oh no. Russ is done. No, thank you. I would have such a mess.
I
I
can't
just
help
have
it if you're
just throw it in the
dysfunctional.
trash. That ain't happening.
I mean, it took me a while to remember exactly how to do it, but once I did, I'm like, no, I got this. We're good.
That is
Sometimes I'm a little slow on the uptake.
you're
Well-
done also.
Well, that's why you got Russ to keep you on your toes.
I concur.
When Russ is around, it's like you always got to be, your mind's always got to be there, because if not, I'll just leave you behind.
Your character's tripping and slipping. This we know. Oh. So
I've
working on my shawl, and then I have my my stitch blanket, which I'm about to switch to because I need something mindless.
I want to go to Ice Yarns and see what they have new.
What are you buying me?
I'm buying you my love.
I already have that in spades, and if I don't,
Then you better be careful.
Right.
this part, I will cry and I will throw a fit, especially considering I'm the only girl here tonight.
No, you're
What you
not.
talking about?
It's the weekend. I'm part girl.
Listen, we are not having.
Just be cooking.
I'm
Just be
outnumbered by
cooking.
fighting.
Listen, hon, you got plenty of sisters in here. Trust me.
I love it. I love it.
Oh my.
As I pick up my other project.
See, I told you you got to keep a swift mind, because Russ leave you behind.
Listen, I'm not even going to go into that with you. I'm not. Thank you, no thank you. Stay with my project, thank you.
It's been a long time since I bought from Ice, and I'm just kind of curious what they have
A
new.
long time. I mean, was it been 20 minutes? 24?
No,
No, not
that's
from Ice.
Hirschner's. That's not Ice. That's Hirschner's.
Oh, speaking of Hirschner's has a sale going on right now.
Oh,
Yes.
so spaketh the crackhead.
I told you I don't have an addiction.
Hobby
Yeah,
has a really good sale going
Yeah,
on.
Russ, how are your veins doing?
They're doing really good.
He's now mainlining through the neck.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say, Juan? I didn't hear that.
So Hobby, they have a really good sale going on right now. And so does Yarn Inspiration. It's 40% off.
Spoken like a true enabler.
Yes. Ice Yarns changed their website. Have you been on there since they changed it?
No.
How long ago did they change it?
I want to say almost a month now. Yarn Paradise, their sister store, still has the old format, but iceyarns.com is the new upgraded version. I don't like it. I actually prefer the older way. And so I go to Yarn Paradise because I remember how to navigate their screens a little better. But this new one, No, it's not the things. I'm sorry, but check it out. They have a lot of new stuff.
Babe, did you get the Hobie thing?
I wasn't too happy when I got my last Hobie order.
Hobie's having a sale.
They're having a sale right now, and like a year-end sale type thing they got going on right now. They have the fantasy yarns, really good price. The fantasy jumbos, really good price.
See, what I'm wondering is, I mean, as awesome as the prices were with ice,
Yeah,
the shipping was killer. But with the impending tariff looming doom, I only wonder how much worse the shipping is going to be.
yeah, and
That's why I'm trying to stock up now.
well,
Yep.
if you go on Amazon and you look up ice yarns, they're selling donuts of these yarns for like $10 each, where I paid $7.99 for the entire bag,
Mhm.
and like $40 or more for a pack of Picasso like rainbow. It's
Sorry.
Oh, Heidi.
See, you know, see what I like about it is I don't have to order yarn. You know, my wife does it for me, so
That's
it
great.
saves me the time and hassle.
You're lucky. Well, actually, it's funny you say that, Juan, because I remember I was looking to see if I could find a very specific color of Red Heart Super Saver,
Yeah,
and I couldn't find it at my local Walmart, but I needed it, of course. And I checked Amazon. It should be illegal what they charge
yeah,
because
I
it
know.
was like for a regular skein that you could get in your typical big box store for like maybe $3, $4, something like that. It was like closer to 20 for one skein. I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah,
what?
Amazon is not the.
No, Amazon is not the place to go for yarn.
No.
Other things, sure, but not yarn. You know, like I don't know what they're smoking, but it must be good. Because it like they're delusional.
Yeah.
eBay is selling Picasso Rainbow for $14 per ball.
That's
The most I've
ridiculous.
seen for this. Like for this, like $60.
What?
They're charging like between 50 and $60 for a pack of this. And
That-
then
That's ridiculous.
they're also doing like they're doing it where they're breaking them up separately and they're selling these for like $8, $9 a donut.
That's absolutely
That's
ridiculous. And
ridiculous.
see that is oh God, what's the term? Price
Extortion?
gouging.
Yeah.
Well, extortion, price gouging. That's ugly. That that no.
By the time you paid $60 for that package, you could have went to ICE and bought that package by itself and paid the shipping, and it
Mhm.
still would be less than $60.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's nuts. I mean, as if Amazon wasn't making money hand over fist as it is.
Right.
They should not be
Please.
allowed to charge like that.
No.
Well,
Well, it's the anniversary cakes. They were selling them for like what, $70, $90?
yeah.
That's ridiculous. I mean,
Well,
it's
some of the-
those are good. Those are good
Okay.
cakes, but that's exorbitant. Please.
Yeah, but it's some of that price is through people's like stores. It's not Amazon itself.
No, it's
It's
not.
like
But
it's like people's Amazon stores. So they're pushing the price to what they think they can get it, like somebody to buy it for.
Yeah,
Well, they
but
should be ashamed.
that's ridiculous, though. I mean, who would want to spend $90 on just one?
Mhm.
but people do it though. People are doing it.
Yeah.
Well, either they're desperate or they don't know any better.
Nah, I have to go with the. I would have to go with the second one.
$79, Jeremy, for an anniversary cake
That's insane.
$79.99.
on eBay. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's double the price.
I mean, I could understand if you had absolutely no other alternatives and it was for like a very special, specific occasion, like whatever. But it's acrylic. It's not even alpaca. It's acrylic. Come on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, the thickness is there, the yardage is there. Great, nice, yay. But it's acrylic. Okay. I mean, for that kind of money, it's like I want it to be like from like an heirloom llama that has, a lineage of ancestry for like a couple thousand years, and he's like the Dalai Lama of llamas. Okay. He needs to be something special for me to be spending that kind of money on it. But if it's acrylic, it's like, come on.
I can't even keep the yarn on my hook.
So
I have that effect on people.
I guess the 20 anniversary cakes that I have in my possession, I'm sitting on a gold mine.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you feel like being a cretin and extorting people,
I could do that.
Oh,
you
my.
could, but you wouldn't.
Right. Your moral compass won't allow you to do that.
I tell you what, Craig, I'll sell them to you for a real good price.
You think I'm interested, though. That's where you're mistaken. I'm good.
For a mere $800 down and $100 a month for 100 months, I'll let you have all 20.
Oh my.
I gotta take.
Yeah, Russ, keep smoking. Enjoy yourself.
But the sad part of it is somebody would hear that and they would take me serious and try and do that.
Well, I know well enough, and most of your viewers should know well enough not to take you seriously.
I do have what is that? So you remember the Premier Bobbins?
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure.
Well, they come out and it was a really good deal. It was like $12, $11.99, but you got 3 full skeins of yarn on one bobbin.
Yep.
And they sold for like $3.99 or $4.99 regular price or something like that. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
That's been a while. So you were getting a good deal, but nobody bought them, and so they clearanced them out. I think I have 100 bobbins upstairs.
Wow.
Jeez.
Like, I mean, I've seen people sell, various things on Etsy, and the prices there generally, I would say, are way better than on Amazon, and they're like personal stores on Amazon. I think it's because with Etsy, I want to say that there's more integrity behind the sellers.
Yeah.
Because it's usually, not always, but it's usually fellow crafters selling to fellow crafters. So it's like, your audience better. But on Amazon, anybody and their Uncle Beavis can be on Amazon.
Yeah.
So I think that it's less discriminate, and less mindful on, the bigger platforms. But Etsy, it's like people are a bit more aware of what something should be priced of, on Etsy. So I think that they are a little bit better, like I was doing some browsing for a particular tool, not yarn, but a tool. And I mean, I was looking at some on Amazon that did not look nearly as nice, some of them were really inexpensive, but there was a reason why they were inexpensive. And some of them were like really elaborate and nice, but I found something sort of like less priced, but just as nice on Etsy that was apparently handmade. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take my business to Etsy.
Yeah.
And support a small business.
Right.
What the hoot nanny? Why did you just type?
I did. What was just typed?
He typed, and I quote, "If I'm a bobbin, I ain't talking."
I can't hear it.
Oh, who wrote that?
Russ.
Russ.
If you're a bobbin, you ain't talking.
On to another topic of yarn.
Yeah, the bobbins.
So
Russ.
The Premier Bobbins.
And it is gorgeous. I got it at a local yarn store yesterday.
Well, what did you get?
I got some Cascade superwash hand paints.
Oh,
Ooh.
them are nice.
They're very pretty.
That's very pretty.
That is.
I needed a stabilizing color, so I got some cream.
Totally goes together, very, very well.
Yeah, they are gorgeous together. So this was my acquisition from the local yarn store yesterday, because we all needed a mind cleansing moment after that comment.
Yeah, thank you for that, because Russ and his gutter mind,
I'm
Yeah.
not the one with the
sullied that
gutter
a bit.
mind. I was talking about an actual bobbin.
Thank you.
Mhm.
If you turned yourself into a bobbin, you ain't talking.
Russ, nice try.
Right.
Hey,
Tie-dye.
Now, I don't know if you guys do this, but I used to be a big time rummage sailor during the summertime. And I used to go to a lot of garage sales, and you would be surprised on yarn people sell. I must have been to hundreds of rummage sales and seen some very beautiful antique yarn. Well, not antique, but
Vintage?
vintage. That it's like it's that they've never been used.
Well, I mean,
And
they were only there because Juan hadn't been there yet.
Right.
Because Juan, we all know how much you love your vintage yarns.
I love vintage yarn.
and if I would have learned how to crochet back then,
Yes.
the yarn that they were selling was like 50 cents,
Mm.
$1.
That part.
And they probably had like totes and totes and totes of it.
Well, it's
all
because
different pretty
whoever
colors.
was selling didn't know any better. They just wanted to get rid of the stuff. I go through the same thing in a similar vein at the library. People bring in stuff to donate because like a family member died and they had to clean out the house in a hurry,
Yep.
and so they come in with these huge totes just filled with books and all sorts of things, and some of them are. Okay, some of them are worse for wear. To say, suffering from foxing or fly speck is putting it mildly. Some of them are just downright moldy, but we do end up with some really awesome hauls of books. But the thing is that the people that are getting rid of all those books, they don't know, they don't care. They just want to get rid of it. And sometimes that is the case, with anything and everything else, including yarns.
Yep.
So what they don't know doesn't hurt them, but, it's somebody else's, lucky find.
I guess one man's junk is another man's treasure.
Very, very true.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but I mean, the yarn that I seen, I mean, they're just, to me, I mean, some of it looked like it was hand dyed and then wrapped in a store label.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as long as you're not going with like some of the early acrylics, like if you're going with like a wool, then I mean that lasts indefinitely. But some of the early acrylics, you swish them and you can hear them crunch.
Mm-hmm.
Because some acrylics do not age well at all. Some are awesome, but some of them it's like, ooh, like I left a couple of skeins in my car over the summer. Oh no, they were crunchy.
Yes.
They got cooked.
Yes, they got very, very crispy. So, like not all acrylics are created equal. But if it's a wool, I mean that can last indefinitely. Natural fibers are awesome in that respect.
Yes, and I will tell you, the Red Heart Super Saver, the vintage Red Heart Super Saver, it's all the things. It stands the test of time. You can make these blankets like from yarns that are 40 to 50 years old, and they are just as good as the yarns that you can pick up in the stores now. Like, it's good stuff. But those Orlon acrylics, that's the crunchy crunch. That's the stuff that you have to be like, all right, let me test it out and see. if it's even worth, doing a project up in it, because you don't want your yarn to just fall apart as you're working it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you,
Now,
the
okay,
vintage
so if you guys had yarn like that is crunchy,
yeah,
you guys just get rid of it, or do you actually try to use it?
I would probably toss it.
Okay.
amigurumi stuffing.
Mm.
Exactly.
This pillow for me.
Yeah, it makes instant fluff for pillows and for basically anything.
And you could always like maybe make a swatch,
Yeah,
a small swatch, throw it in the washing machine and dryer, see if it falls apart, because if it don't fall apart, it should be okay.
yeah. I'm obsessed with the vintage variegated yarns. I have 135 different vintage variegated yarns that I'm working with right now. They're all different, and I'm obsessed. I'm actually saddened to realize that they don't make the colorways the way they used to back in the day. Like, they would throw any kind of colors together and call it something. Nowadays, you don't find that. You have just a handful of different kinds of variegated colorways, and that's it. It's very select now.
Well, that's because they were still suffering from the after effects of Woodstock back then.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
It's like they could smell the colorways.
So good.
Juan,
Yes.
I am passing a message on to you that someone says, hey, and that would be Jess.
Hi, Jess.
Did I miss it?
Well, she's in the chat, but she sent me a message offline.
Oh, okay.
She is going to bed soon. Not here.
Yes. Well, thank you for saying hi, Jess.
So, Michelle, I got a yarn haul also.
Ooh, please do. Well, I got a question before you share your yarn haul.
Sure.
Are you still sequestering that poor yarn, that tiny little box?
No. Now it just came in the
upgraded?
post. Now it came in the post in a tiny little box.
Please show it. Poor yarn.
Well, my son was sweet enough on Christmas to actually go to the yarn store,
Okay.
and he bought me 2 hanks of Malabrigo Micha and 1 hank of Rios.
He's a keeper.
And so we were talking, and he really liked this colorway. This is the one that he bought me.
Mm.
And this is Wales Road.
It's so rich.
Goodness.
That's pretty.
So
I like how the colors intertwine.
Yes.
So we were talking, and he goes, Dad, can you make a blanket out of that for me? And I'm like, no, that's 1 hank. That's I'll make you it'll be cool. I'll get you a hat. But he goes, Dad, I love that color. Can you make a blanket for me?
Well, then you reply with, do you have a 401k?
So since it's my son, I got a couple hanks. You can put me on the
center stage.
So
Ooh.
instead of Micha, which is a bulky, this is Rios.
Yes, and it is beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
That is.
So there's 3 hanks of that.
Ooh, love it.
And this color's the color's Wales Road on this one.
Okay.
Then I'm putting it with Tormenta. which is this color.
Oh, I love those.
Oh,
Great.
that's nice. Love that.
So it's going to be,
Mm.
That blanket's going to turn out awesome when you get done with it.
Yes, it is.
and then the other color he wanted, which everybody hates using,
It's
is
black.
Yeah, it's kind of the kiss of death as far as it's impossible to see your stitches, but it goes with everything.
Does.
so that's the colors that he wanted.
So good.
Oh,
Now, Matt, when you do that black, are you going to do like the border for it, or are you just going to add it in with the blanket?
I'm probably going to add it in with the blanket because the pattern he wants is actually the kaleidoscope. He really loves the kaleidoscope.
Which one?
Yours.
Yeah, I'm sorry, which one?
Just the straight kaleidoscope one.
Well, like the granny, the C to C, or the virus meets
Uh,
granny.
Oh no, the granny.
Okay.
And so what I'm thinking is the black, because I've got extra Malabrigo from other projects and stuff, and incorporating that like in the centerpiece, and then doing like the major stripes, like in the Wales Road and in the gray.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be awesome, but because you're going to be doing the granny stitch, it's not going to be that bad because you're working into stitch spaces, not into actual stitches for the most part. So working with dark colors, that's going to be a lot easier for you.
Yeah. And I was actually thinking the granny meets virus, the kaleidoscope one that you did.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked that one.
Well,
And
thank you.
I was thinking of like doing in the center and doing each one of the virus pieces, like the virus, each virus. How do I want to put it?
Triangle?
Each virus row, like alternate colors going out and then putting a dark, like putting that black as the granny square,
Yes.
like diamond, and then keep going out with the
You'll save yourself a lot of grief if you're using the black in that one. Use the black for the granny stitches, not for the virus stitches.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Yeah. Another thing that would be cool is if you'd use multiple colors for the virus. Like, for instance, you got your whole triangle of the virus stitching. Do like a full repeat of one color, then do a full repeat of another color if you're going to do it in that way. So it would be the rows where you're chaining your 7 loops, the big loops, and then the chain 4 loops. It's like that would be the row that you would do your new color on. So like you're finishing one color with the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and then bridging the gaps. And then the next row where you're doing your initial chain loops, the 7s and the 4s, that's when, if I were to change colors, that's where I would change the color.
That's what I was thinking of, is doing the 7s and 4s.
Mm-hmm.
And then doing them like in the gray, like the gray and the blue.
Mm-hmm.
Like one row in the blue and then one row in the gray, and also like alternated out until I got to the granny, and then put the granny in black, and then alternate them on the other side of the granny, alternating the same colors out, and then a black finishing border.
That sounds good. It sounds like you've got a plan. I would say go with it. Definitely.
So that's the end of the year haul. So
sounds good.
I got some yarn coming.
What else is new?
It's supposed to be here by the end of the year. It's supposed to be here by the 31st.
Oh my.
Tell him when his package arrives.
I did tell
How many
I-
boxes? How many boxes,
And-
Russ? You got like 8, 9, 10 boxes coming?
No.
No, it's just a small U-Haul.
It's a cargo caravan.
Russ,
Yes.
you're getting your surprise on the 3rd.
Okay.
I just checked this morning and it should be there on the 3rd.
I'll be looking for it, and I'll let you guys know when I get it.
It's just a small box.
What do you mean it's a small box?
Yeah, it's just a small box.
It's not a small box.
Yeah, it is.
Well, perspective is everything.
Exactly.
Is it bigger than a shoebox?
Oh, is it bigger than my yarn totes? No.
No. It's a quality box. It's a very quality box. It's a quality box.
And you guys could put a penny in the bottom of the box, and it'd be just as precious to me as anything else.
Well, it's coming from Matt, therefore it's a quality box.
Exactly. It's not every day you get a shoebox.
I will never live that. I will never live that down.
We all know you as a shoebox guy, Matt.
Oh, that's wrong.
But you have a lot of pieces in your shoebox. I just feel bad for the box because it's so small.
Well, I mean that like the Hanks are like the Hanks and stuff that I have.
They're perfect.
It's not. It doesn't. I don't need like a
Crates.
jumbo
You-
economy crate for them.
No, you don't. And you know, and
That's what we are.
and you also have to have space.
Very true.
You have to use the space that you have. So,
That's right.
not everybody has
Space for crates.
an airplane hangar full of yarn.
Exactly.
You're right.
Only Russ.
I was more or less thinking of Juan.
Um,
You see his yarn wall when he does his videos, all that pretty luscious yarn.
I've seen all that, but I also know that in Juan's case, it could all apply for statehood, whereas I was giving you a little bit of grace.
Yeah, but if you've ever been on one of the trips,
I'm
You're not
gonna-
supposed to say that.
oh,
I'm going to sit here with my tiny little collection and be happy.
Yeah, but your tiny little collection is going to grow.
Yes, but I am going to share.
And before you know it, they're like tribbles. Skeins of yarn are like tribbles, or gremlins with water. It's like, oh, they multiply.
I've discovered I have some moments of experience with that, small though they are. And
Yeah,
Oh,
famous.
okay.
You know what, Michelle? Famous last words. Okay.
I can't say anything, Craig. I have a storage unit of yarn. Okay, let's leave.
Oh, don't worry. The yarn that we keep buying, we're me and Heidi, we're planning on buying a bus, parking it in our driveway, and we're just gonna use that for
Your
nothing
yarn-
but yarn.
Love it.
I
Did you ever
love-
see the movie Harold and Maude?
I've heard about it.
Oh, it's a classic. Ruth Gordon plays this eccentric woman who lives in a train, like an abandoned train. And there's this young guy played by Bud Cort who has sort of like this morbid fixation. He repeatedly fakes his own death to get a reaction out of his mom. And it's dark, but it's funny. And so he
that
needs,
sounds like kind of movie.
he meets Ruth Gordon because he likes to go to funerals to watch the mourners, and she likes to go to funerals, but for like the opposite reason. and they befriend each other. And she's like this free spirit, and he needs to learn how to loosen up. And she's like 60 years his senior, but they fall in love, and it's cute. It was from I want to say it was from like the 70s or the 60s, probably the 70s. And it was, the music was by Cat Stevens. You know, if you want to be free, be free. If you want to be me, be me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, it's a classic. The book was really good too. But yeah, Harold and Maude. And Ruth Gordon she was a pip. You would probably know her better from the movie Rosemary's Baby. She played one of the nosy neighbors, Minnie Castevet. Oh, Roman, don't forget to take your pill.
Yeah.
You know, that was Ruth Gordon. She was a pip.
Oh my gracious. I watched Auntie Mame last night.
Oh, there you go.
My son had never seen it, so although I think he felt more tortured than anything, he said he wanted to spend time with me. I was like, what? Well, let's watch a movie together. And he was like, okay, you pick.
Famous last words.
Literally. Like, I think at some point he looked at me like, so what did I do to you? I love this movie. But the movie I want to watch for the end of the year, and I can't find it on any platform right now, is Seven Brides.
With the book.
Okay.
And the books back and forth.
84 Charrington.
See,
84 Road.
if I watched a movie with my mom and if she put on anything by the Hallmark Channel, I would have given her the same look. Like, what did I do to you? Because any one of those movies, it's like one of those like ridiculous, you know, holiday Christmas romance movies. The plot line is the same exact plot line in every single movie. You know, it's like the names have been changed to protect the innocent, but every single plot line is exactly the same.
It's cut, copy, paste.
Yeah, it is. You know, it's like all those movies. Well, they're not even movies. I mean, they're mimeographs of movies.
Hello, Michi. Welcome in, darling.
Hello.
Hello, Michi.
Hey,
Thanks for
Michi.
popping in.
Carmen said that's one of her favorites.
What is it, babe?
84 Charing Cross Road.
Yeah, she got me hooked on Anthony Hopkins, and it was 84 Charrington Crossroad.
Charing Cross Road.
And he's a book dealer, and they're sending these books back and forth from the United States to England.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a really good story.
Wonder why they don't have a movie about like a yarn shop.
Ooh, that would be awesome.
Well, that's pretty much any one of your live streams. And it's longer than a 2-hour flick. It's more like a Netflix series. It's like, let's go to Russ's yarn shop.
It's a mini series.
Yeah.
I love it.
But actually, if you like Anthony Hopkins, you should check out, there were 2 movies. One of them was called Magic, where he plays a psychologically troubled ventriloquist.
Yeah.
And the other one was actually 2 more. The Elephant Man. He plays a doctor.
I like that one.
That was a great one. And on top of that, Audrey Rose. That was another good one.
Well, I haven't seen that yet.
That one, it's sort of like The Exorcist, but not. I mean, in The Exorcist, you have a little girl that's possessed by the devil. In Audrey Rose, you have a little girl who has the reincarnation of a dead child also in her as well. So it's this one girl with 2 souls, and the other soul died in a very horrific way, and that trauma is then being passed on to the girl that's alive. And the father of the dead child is Anthony Hopkins. So it goes not into possession, but reincarnation. And it wasn't gory or scary in that sense. It was more spooky. But that was a good one.
Well, he's got a lot of good ones.
Yeah. Hopkins was, is an awesome actor.
And the one where the one where he's like the dad, and they think the dad is like losing his mind.
I think I know of that, but I haven't seen
And they
that.
have, and like his daughter, I think it's his daughter and like the husband, and they're going back in. Like that one's a really good one.
That one's recent.
That one's a recent one.
Yeah, that one's a recent one. But
My favorite actor of all time is Clint Eastwood. I'm sorry, but I love his westerns.
Spaghetti westerns
from the 60s and 70s. I'm sorry, but I love westerns. I love the old school westerns.
Yeah.
He did awesome playing in the westerns.
Yeah. Clint Eastwood is good.
I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum. I would say Vincent Price or Peter Sellers.
Peter Sellers, I love.
Peter Sellers.
Peter Sellers is awesome.
Yes, he is. And the irony is that some of his best work wasn't even the Pink Panther movies. I mean, those were good, but no, his best work, I would say, was one called Being There. That was his.
I was just going to say that. I love that movie.
Now, if you haven't read the book by Jerzy Kosinski, you need to read the book, because he read the book, and Sellers like, I have to play him, because he had such a fractured sense of self. That's why he did all those character bits, because he didn't feel like he had an identity of his own. And Hans, the gardener from Being There, he too didn't really have an identity. So he's like, he could relate. So that's why he wanted to do that role. And I will say one more thing on this, and then I'll shut up.
Impossible.
Bite me. I'll even let you choose where, but just bite me, okay? No, there was a movie with Jeffrey Rush. Jeffrey Rush did a movie called The Life and Death of Peter Sellers, and it was phenomenal, because not only does Jeffrey Rush play Peter Sellers, he also plays all of the characters that Sellers played, as well as the entire cast of that movie. It was chef's kiss. It was awesome.
I think I've heard of that.
You need to see it. If you like Peter Sellers, you need to see that. The Life and Death of Peter Sellers. It was like a biopic like no other.
I might have to check that out.
You need to. If you like Sellers, you need to. It's non-negotiable.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Being There, watch that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've seen the Pink Panther movies.
There are some killer lines in that movie.
Well, just that one bit where they're in the elevator and he's like, how long are we going to be in here? For as long as it takes. He didn't realize what an elevator was. He was just at this really small room. He had never been in one before, and he didn't realize you were going up. Funny as all get out.
Well, guys, Russ is getting tired.
Oh.
What?
Well, you must have been on for a while then.
Nope, I've only been on for 1 hour and 50 minutes. But I worked last night, and I stayed up until 1 o'clock this afternoon because I'm trying to shift my sleep schedule to second shift.
Yeah,
that's all good. It was just good to be on again. And thank you for having us on.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
I appreciate all of you guys for even taking your time out for little old me.
Yeah.
Hey,
I always enjoy when you do your lives that I can come on. I always enjoy it.
Makes my day. It really does.
I'm really happy for your time change.
It's really cool because I get to hang out with the coolest guys on the YouTube streets.
Oh, don't forget cute. I'm cute.
How could we? Well, you never stop reminding us.
Because it's worth reminding you.
Hang out with the people.
It's like you're like a Care Bear on crack. It's like, yes, Care Bear stare. Yes, we know, Russ. We know. We know. We love you, and we know.
Yes.
Listen, thank you, and everybody. Love all you guys, and you stay safe. If I don't, see you or talk to you in the meantime, please enjoy yourselves on the New Year's, but please be careful.
Yeah.
Be safe. All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, everybody, have a very blessed New Year, full of prosperity and and hope and happiness. And that's to everybody, on the panel, on the channel, like, all you guys.
For everybody and the viewers at
guys-
home. Yes.
You guys are the best.
Well, later, taters.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
New Year.
Bye. Thank you for letting me be your Crobo for a while. I really
I
appreciate it.
am. I'm so glad that you had the time to stop in and say hello and spend
Absolutely.
time with us.
Yeah. Thank you for letting me put things on the hook and get things done. So it was fun. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm always good for something.
Right? All
Yeah,
right.
it's always cool when you get to
All
hang
right.
out with Juan.
Right.
Good night.
Have a good night.
All right. Thank you.
You too,
Bye.
guys. Have a good night.
Good night.
Take
Bye.
it easy.
I am cutting out. Good night, everybody. Have a wonderful new year. Russ, I have to thank you. I'm at 474.
Did you email me yet?
I emailed you the other day, but I have it on my desk for what I'm doing in the morning. I'm emailing you in the morning. That's a
Okay.
question that I just need to ask, and you have knowledge that I need to make acquisition of.
Oh, good. I'm having a special sale on knowledge.
Watch out. He'll charge you Malabrigo for it.
I will. I will. I love Malabrigo.
He charges me Malabrigo.
Know this.
Hey, you
Yes.
might be Malabrigo. I might charge her Ella Ray.
Oh.
That's where the LRA goes.
Oh,
I may have to do.
I made a knitted blanket out of Ella Ray.
It's beautiful. You got to show it. You got it. Is it nearby? Can we see it?
I actually gave it away, but let me see if I can find it real quick.
Please.
Let me see if I can find it. Yep, there we go. Do that. There.
Oh,
Make myself big. Solo.
I don't know anything about that yarn, but it's pretty. Oh, that is stunning. I love it.
Oh, nice.
Goodness. You're welcome to make one for my bed anytime you like.
So a guy and his wife at work was expecting their first child. So I knitted that for them.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
That's
That
really nice.
is amazing.
And then this one I actually knitted for my aunt.
Oh, Russ.
That's pretty.
It. Turn your phone sideways. Flip. Tap it up gently.
I don't think this one will
Convert.
No. There we go.
Oh, my goodness, that is gorgeous. That is simply gorgeous. Ooh.
That's really nice.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Not bad for a newbie.
Not bad at all.
Not at all.
You've only been crocheting what, a couple of weeks, or knitting?
I think 3 weeks now, 3.5.
And Matt, I'm gonna tell your wife on you because you keep teasing me with that yarn. You think I'm not paying any attention, but you know I am.
Look at that.
Oh, why does that look like Karen's cinnamon swirl?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's actually Plymouth yarn.
Ooh.
But you know what else it kind of reminds you of? The colorways of the prism for the Karen anniversary cakes. It's the same color palette.
Mm-hmm.
And then here is a blanket that I'm making for my grandson.
Oh, I love it.
That's knitted.
I no longer have the patience. I have gotten cantankerous.
So when is your new son?
You are
grandson
so
arrive?
mean. You are so mean. Rude. Rebecca, come get your husband. Come get your husband. I'm about to pull out my leather strap and do vicious things to him. Now, what colorway is that?
When is your new?
Oh, that's Horizon, and it's good. It's a premium. But does it give the number?
It's the color is 07
Okay.
is what it says. It's Hobie Horizon, and the color is 07.
Got it. Oh my goodness, that is pretty.
Yeah, this one's really pretty.
It is, and it's right down the middle of the road, not too purple, and it doesn't blend too far to the grays and blacks. I love it.
Yeah,
That is
right in
beautiful.
between.
Oh, we have to get you a larger tote, man. Keep it up.
Yeah, but
Okay.
what you don't see is we've actually, we try and keep it, but there's some stuff that's spread out all over the.
That any person, I don't think there is a person who has a channel that doesn't have projects or yarn or something
Everywhere.
all over the
There's
place.
stuff all over the place.
You guys notice when I do my videos, I'm usually looking over there or that way, because just beyond this little sphere of what appears to be what appears to be in control is pure chaos. Now it's functional for my insane brain, but nobody can come in here and do anything, and you better not move anything, because I will fight you. I will fight you. I'm an Aries. I fight. And I win.
Okay, I'm gonna head out, guys. I am really tired.
I know, babe.
I love you guys.
so much.
Get some rest, my friend.
Love you all. You have a great night,
It was
everybody.
good seeing you, Michelle.
It was great seeing you, Matt. You know I'll see you in the YouTube streets.
Oh, I know.
And if your pocket is light, I took it.
I bought yarn with it.